Oh, it's the Rat versus Odemian.
Ah, okay,
so I
cool.
believe that's a elimination match as well.
Everything.
Yeah,
is
it will
much
be. It's the last
elimination
round,
match
right?
on stream.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so Odemian from the French community up against the Rat. I think both these guys are also 6'2". So then the winner of this goes on to the round of 16, hopefully. All right, so once again, Raven, life coach. See you in a bit. Enjoy the series.
Thank you very much, Froden.
Okay, so it looks like we're getting a good old Dragon Warrior versus Druid, and the Druid looks as standard as we can see.
Yep.
But obviously, there's still a chance at the Asheraj variant to go in there. I'm not 100% sure, but probably a fan of casting some Dragon Warrior, life coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've played this deck a
couple
lot
of times.
games, a couple of times.
Now and again.
So I just have very positive memories about it because that was the bungee jump deck.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. But okay, so we see Odemian having the initiative here, and I think if he just plays the Dragon, maybe he trades. I mean, Dragon Warrior can Blackwing Corruptor, but he's not very far ahead. Also didn't deliver any kind of damage yet, and that's usually a very big breaking point. These 15 life that you could just get this 9/9 Dragonite Crusher on board. 6/6 Dragonite can become handled, 9/9 not that much. So
yeah, I mean, I think one of the last series of yesterday we saw Dragonite Crusher as a 9/9. Followed by a second one, and it's like, well, maybe in some circumstance you can deal with the first one.
That's right.
The second one straight after is just never going to be dealt with, right? Like it's just game winning in almost every circumstance. We are going to see a full clear for the Rat, and just offering up a Frothing Berserker as a 6/4 to Odemian, and he does have the swipes available, so it's going to be a pretty straightforward kill. He can use the Feral Rage if he wants, but I feel like with 2 swipes, 2 Living Roots available, and the Feral Rage, might just hold on to that one for later.
Yeah, I agree. You would probably just wants to swipe that.
Swipe normally doesn't get the wide value versus Dragon Warrior because the minions are so bulky. Just using it to kill a Frothing is often good enough.
Oh, okay. He also goes for some root action. Interesting.
What do you think about that with the hook equipped as well? Because it's just an automatic trade of one. Like, one's just dead. If there was a War Axe equipped, then that feels a lot better because they're never really going to throw a War Axe into a 1/1, right?
That's right. I think Odemian's thinking is that he doesn't want to utilize the coin in order to also play out the Archon Giant next turn. So Odemian's game plan here is just to Living Roots, trade in, and play the Archon Giant next turn without utilizing the coin. But I would have also probably, especially because of the hook, just saved these Living Roots and just taking into account that he would have just needed to play the coin next turn. But that's still fine, right? If you coin, you play double Living Roots on the target your opponent gave you, and then you drop the Giant. That might be good enough.
I think the problem is, I think it's what actually we discussed yesterday, is that when you play an Arcane Giant for 7 mana plus, or maybe even 6 mana plus, that Giant has to get work done like 100% of the time. If it doesn't, you are punished very hard as the Druid player. So it looks like Odemian might actually be not playing the Giant this turn. He can coin it. Yeah. So he can actually, this is a nice turn, clear off the Blackwing Corruptor and play the Giant. This is much more reasonable than just playing the Giant and hoping for the best.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, sure. Okay, there's Grom, but there is no, I mean, there is activation, but the question is also whether the activation will prolong in the hand long enough. I mean, probably he will, yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about. So now he's Blood to Icarus, and the activation just goes away. Grom, making Grom like a mere 4/9 for 8 mana, so not that appealing. Oh, that's a very important one.
Yeah.
The Edge Drake is a very, very important one, because with this draw, I mean, before it wasn't that safe to assume that Odemian might bridge to turn 10 so that he can cycle this Wild Growth and get the refill of his hand. But if he would have drawn a blank here, we might have even seen not that good turn 8s, maybe even a blank turn 9, but this Edge Drake is just insane here.
Yeah, it's really going to help him just get into some more cycle and just draw into some more threats, really, because he's doing a reasonable job of keeping up. The Dragon Warrior, as we mentioned, Odemian has not actually really taken much damage considering he's against the Dragon Warrior. I imagine early in this game there was not double Alex Strauss as champion coming out on turn 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, he's actually even up on health and still has his Arcane Giant in a pretty strong position, being able to clear off all of that and not having to trade the Arcane Giant in, which is huge. That pretty much just has to be execute for the Rat at this point.
Yeah, it's super insane. And also about the refill, I mean, maybe the red could have had the chance if they wouldn't have been refilled now, but the Drake just so insane. You just play the Drake, you know you have a safe turn 9 where you can at least do something, and it's just very, very good for him.
It's actually 1 off lethal as well now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of crazy. Spell damage is good.
Well, do you go for it though? I mean, you might, because you also force your opponent to armor up, so that burns 2 mana immediately. You know you have Wild Growth, and if you draw any kind of damage in the next, let's say, 2 or 3 turns, you already
the thing is as well, you have two draws next turn to draw something, right?
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
And you know, Ragnaros fits into that slot because you'll be on 10 mana, so you can cycle, still have 8 mana free. So yeah.
Yeah, and your opponent needs to get rid of the Giant and the Drake, so there are a lot of benefits to that, but I don't mind about this as well. I mean, I guess both plays just win the game here.
Oh, there's a... Speaking of Ragnaros, there's one, but it's not going to come out this turn. Corcoran is going to help the Rat take down this Giant at last, but I feel like he's done a good job. He can retire to the graveyard now.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we already see that now it becomes a little bit more tricky, right? I mean,
yeah.
The Blood Mage, oh, okay.
Wrath helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Never mind.
But do you rush for... Yeah, you probably just rush for full, yeah. Oh no, for you rush for 3, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because the double spell power.
And you can shapeshift,
hero power, yeah. This is nice. There's you know, the spell damage just on board, 5 power on board, and also Thanos just being there for whenever you want it to die or your opponent kills it, more cycle, and you know that's all that Odemian's after right now, just cycling a little bit more to just close out the game.
Yeah, you definitely don't complain about that one. Okay,
yeah, looks like Rag hero power doesn't seem too upsetting here. Unfortunate for the Rat that the Thanos is on the board, as it's just a 1-1 and it could just soak up all of the damage.
Yeah, I mean, this has to hit the Dragon, otherwise it will be over. Oh, there's
okay,
Dragon
he does get it. So the Rat's hanging on.
Okay. So, oh my, okay, yeah, that's pretty convenient. I mean, with paper, I mean, are you kidding me? This is just so, oh, and another wreck, it's so insane.
Oh, Fandral, crazy thing.
It's just crazy.
So, Ravaging Ghoul will help with all these 1-1s, Live Coach, but what do we do about the Fandral? I think that's the key question the Rat's asking himself now. This draw is going to be very important. Draconic Crusher.
Only a 6-6.
Only a 6-6, yeah. Not quite been able to buff it up to a 9-9 yet. But even so, you just leave Fandral on the board and you feel terrible.
Oh yeah, you do. But you probably just play all your minions. I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? You just play all your minions and you just hope for the best.
Gonna see the Finley choices come up now from the Rat. And I imagine he's probably still just after the Priest heal at this point. Oh. Well, out of those, I think Steady Shot.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that helps him actually end the game.
That's true.
At this point, everything else doesn't really do too much. Raven Idol with Fandral as well.
Oh,
do you want more value?
Yeah, I guess Raven Idol. It's just over. This game is just over.
Argent Commander, not a bad pickup from the minion aspect.
Well, it just leaves the right,
yeah, that's just gonna be game. And Odemian going 2-0 up so far with this Druid, looking pretty strong.
Yeah, very distinctive. I mean, easy 2-0, and now let's see what the last deck will be from the Red.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one, as the Rat has to pretty much like reverse sweep with whatever deck he has left. We're obviously not sure because we've gone in like halfway through this series more or less, but Odemian, you've got to be feeling great if you 2-0 up with the Druid list as well, which has so many great matchups, and even its worst matchups aren't often that terrible.
Yeah, that's right. And it's the mirror. It's a mirror.
Ah,
so
fantastic.
Yeah, let's see about this. I can already see some Malygos in Odemian's hand.
Well, more importantly, I can see the ramp.
Yeah, but the ramp is very important, so turn 2 into ramp, into 5. But both players have this luxury, so yeah. It will be very equalized.
Are good at Druid. They drew Wild Growth, which is going to help. And
oh, Fenrir.
I actually like when the Druid mirrors look like this, when either both players draw a ramp or neither of them do. Like, you know, it's such like it becomes a much more like fair fight as opposed to normally if one player draws ramp and the other doesn't. Game can end pretty quick.
That's right, that's right. Definitely coin into Wild Growth Nourish here. I mean, you have 4 accelerators and it's...
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
You need to ramp, you need to draw, But the Rat has these options, but it does happen sometimes that you draw too much ramp and can never actually get anything going with the mana. It can be a bit difficult. Nourish obviously helps because you can just use it to cycle instead. But sometimes you can go into like Wild Growth, Innovate.
Yep.
You're like, I have nothing to play except for more ramp. But I think with double Nourish, the Rat should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, this hand also just calls for it, right? I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the line you have to take regardless.
Oh, did he just... not what? Oh, that's interesting, because he thinks that... okay. So, he preserved the coin to...
What does the coin get him to, though?
Yeah, I'm also curious.
Is it wild? Because you're gonna, or at least you would have initially presumed the Wild Growth hits this turn, right?
Yeah,
then you can Wild Growth coin into Nourish, but then the second Wild Growth becomes much less valuable and almost dead in your hand.
That's right. That's right. I would have also. I was also a little bit surprised, but I mean, it seemed to be still okay because he drew the Innovate and he could play coin Innovate into Acceleration Nourish into Wild Growth. So now he's quite accelerated.
But there's a Fandral on the board now.
I can handle it though, so that's fine. But you're right, it's definitely very scary. So Odemian just taking the gamble here. Can the Red handle my Fandral or not? If not, well then probably GG. And in this case, the Red has the answer, but that was not a very obvious thing.
Yeah, and I feel like you just have to. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna see it. It's not too much of a surprise. Like if Fandral comes down on 4, you don't kill it. And then Nourish happens, you probably just lose at that point.
Yes.
You become so far behind in the matchup, it becomes very difficult. And the Rat did have the answer in the form of the swipe and the hero power. And but now he's got a few cards to make something work with, whereas Odemian seems like his hand is shaping up really nicely now.
Oh yeah, I mean, you probably just play the S-Drake, you draw another card, always staying mana effective. Works out very well. So
now this is... So the Rat gets to Nourish for 3 cards here. But what the problem he's running into now is he can't answer the Drake. So now he's almost always going to be a minion behind unless he can do a big swing turn.
That's right.
And this is a real problem because you look at Odemian's hand, he can now either cash in on the fact that there's no minion being played and Nourish himself to just say, okay, I'll just keep up in cards. Or he can just drop Sylvanas and say, well, can you deal with Drake and Sylvanas? Probably not.
Yeah,
and then Nourish next turn. Odemian definitely is in the driving seat, I would say, in this match so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, we also know that if Odemian just goes ahead and just deploys the Sylvanas Windrunner on this very board, the Red doesn't even have a way to handle the Sylvanas. He cannot deal the damage unless he also plays the Dragon, but obviously you don't really want to play a Dragon into Sylvanas, right? Yeah. So that's insane.
Yeah, and even if there was an answer, the answer will often take up most of the Rat's turn.
Yeah,
and then you're like, okay, well, I'll just do something else this turn and then just constantly stay ahead. Odemian just go for the Nourish, though. Try and just keep up in the card count and now slightly get ahead himself and just say, well, I'm okay having effectively a free turn to cycle. And now, we'll continue again, but, oh yeah, Ragnaros.
And that's also one thing. I mean, Odemian probably says, hey, I'm ahead on board. I'm also probably ahead in the game. And I can even utilize Sylvanas to maybe catch this one rag or the other or whatever the Red will deploy. So, yeah, the Nourish might just refill his hand. He also feels very comfortable. Maybe he also thinks, well, if I just get this Malygos and a little bit of direct damage, I might even just close down this game at this very moment.
Yeah, and the Sylvanas can be a huge problem for your opponent later on.
Yes,
you don't have to play on curve. There's, as you said, there's Rag, there's Arcane Giants, there's your opponent's Malygos, which is going to be ridiculous if you manage to steal that. So Sylvanas is always a threat, whereas getting the cycle is really going to help him here. And the Rat has a interesting choice now. He can actually kill off the Azure Drake and still squeeze out the Arcane Giant if he wants to. Looks like he's going to go for just the clean kill with the Azure Drake. Using the spell power to sort of build in. I feel like this was the turn he was setting up regardless because he hero powered into the Azure Drake to put it to 3 last turn. So he took the 4 damage, the 8 total because the Azure Drake got to attack, of course, just to build into maybe a smoother turn going forward.
Okay. So Arcane still costing 10. That's also very interesting.
I like this. Just innovate Mali.
Yeah, I
Use
like
the
it very
Moonfire
much.
to kill a minion. This is becoming like just the tactic in the mirror.
Yeah.
To just play Mali, clear off with your burst damage, so to speak, and then say, well, what do you do?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah.
And especially because Odemian has the dream of having a swipe follow-up with Mali.
That's
So
right.
your opponent can play whatever the hell they want, and then you just go swipe.
Yeah,
And he's dead.
absolutely.
You know, and you're like, great.
Absolutely. I mean, the Red already realized that this match just slips away. Since he also doesn't have any kind of way to address this Malygos here.
And look, Wild Growth.
Turn 9.
Still in the hand, and effectively a dead card because of the line the Rat took a little bit earlier in the game.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you know, it's don't know how much of an impact it would have made doing the slightly different curve there. Just utilizing the additional card, but still.
Yeah, I would have also liked it turn 1, but yeah, I guess the Red definitely had some things in his thoughts.
There's just no great answer here, is there?
So
Rag, hit Mali, and then deal with it next turn?
Yeah,
or
but
hope to deal with it
next turn, right? You cannot even deal with it even
well, you have
if he
Azure
hits
Drake, 2 damage Moonfire, hero power for 3, so he needs 1 more damage.
Okay, so Arcangel 2.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah, but even if it hits, I mean, it doesn't even hit, but even if.
And now...
Oh, this swipe. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Oh, Raven Idol, okay.
So Raven Idol into a Wrath, you swipe one of the minions and Wrath down the other?
Yeah, I mean, that's
I mean, there's still a lot of options.
Yeah, exactly. Can there be a Raven Idol into lethal ever? So it needs 9 damage. Yeah.
Oh, Living Roots is nice.
It's already 7 more, but not quite enough.
Yeah, because of only being turn 8, the Innovate on the Malygos coming out in 7, means that he doesn't quite have the mana to be able to say Wrath, Feral, Living Roots as well. But he's got time, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I mean, look, he has Sylvanas, and he can actually just clear off the AA and play Sylvanas.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't complain about what's going on here. Yeah, he definitely plays the swipe, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure he plays the swipe.
Yeah.
Maybe swipe, even Living Roots the other 8/8 or whatever.
Yeah, and just say, well, this was your best attempt at killing Malygos.
Yeah.
Try again.
Oh, actually, yeah, exactly like this. Yeah, I like it very much.
Yep.
I'm really not surprised by this play. Also, also still having the option next turn to nourish into additional spells. So yeah.
And it's just got all the gas in the tank you need.
Yeah.
Even extra. And yeah, this is just great to see from Odemian here, where he's just said, well, you could kill Malygos. Your best option was Rag into Giant. I'd kill them both. Malygos is still 11 health.
Yeah.
What do you do now with less cards than you had the previous turn?
Oh, Giants for 1, okay. But it's interesting, right? If the Ragnaros would have hit the Malygos, he could have now cleared it. Yeah. I mean, even after losing 2 minions like this.
To be fair, if Ragnaros hit the Malygos, do you think Odemian's turn would have been different?
Yeah,
playing
probably.
The Sylvanas?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's like the backup plan. Right?
Yeah, definitely. So nourishing for additional spells, definitely like this one. It just that's lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be game in a 3-0 for Odemian versus the Rat. Great performance with the Druid there, and you've got to feel great. It's the last round of Swiss, and you finish up your Swiss portion of Dreamhack with a 3-0 sweep over the Rat, who's a very accomplished player himself.
Oh yeah, he is, and as you said, I mean, going into this top 16, the last match, basically the most important one. If you want to see it, it's basically the extension, like the extension to best of 32 to the round of 32, right? Because the winner goes into the round of 16, the loser busts out. So
yeah, and as when we were talking about, it's the top 16 that get through potentially, because I'm not 100% sure on what the tiebreakers look like, of course. And welcome back, Frodo. And the top 16, depend on tiebreakers. We'll find out obviously a little bit later on, announce that. But it's HGT points. It's getting into the top 16 of Dreamhack. Full stop. It's
fame,
the kickoff of prize money. It's the fame. It's everything. But what do you mean? Is it here now with a? And so is Frodan decided to join us.
My bad. I was watching the series, but I was also like talking about the side event because I'm pretty excited. I might even enter the side event.
Oh.
Anyways, how you doing, man? That was started off a series pretty well for you.
Yeah. Well, everything went pretty well. I mean, Malfurion just went 3-0, so.
Yeah, it feels like this specific tournament, a lot of sweeps are happening a lot more often. And in last year's Danny, you often see like trading So like sometimes like you can't cue the counter. But it feels like most people are sweeping with Druid or Zoo or Control Warrior or something like that. How has your lineup been working?
It's been working pretty well. I went a lot. I got a lot of 3-0s with Druid and Warrior.
Yeah.
Zoo went a bit so and so, but I saw a lot of people 3-0 with Zoo as well. So, you know, you just every matchup at the moment in the meta is basically pretty near 50-50. At most 60-40, so anything can beat anything, and at that point, you can just 3-0 basically any lineup with any lineup. So
that's a pretty good summary of it. It may be too close to 50-50 is that
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe you know, I was talking to Firebet. Firebet said he actually wished that there's a little bit more dominance in certain matchups, so that way you can actually find rooms to actually have like killing the best, because right now killing the best doesn't exist. Everything is just kind of flat. Yeah. So it's hard to counter a meta if everything's 50%. It's a fairly interesting theory. I never heard that. He wants more. He wants less balance. He wants more imbalanced stuff, which is interesting.
I think a lot of people agree with that actually. Yeah. Like having more polarized matchup make for a more interesting meta, at least for tournaments.
Right, because then you can build up a lineup that counters specific things based off what people expect for percentages. I mean, we do see a little bit of that, right? Sansifka and Pakravac.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anti-shaman list. Yeah. How's everything going over on the French community? How are they enjoying?
Everything's going really well at the moment. So we have some good stuff coming up with the new expansion packs that are coming, and everything has been going pretty swimmingly with the World Championships and everything. Stats are good. The TV's working well, so we're really happy about everything.
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys have any questions for Odemian?
No, I think it's good. Just congratulations again. Like, you know, it's a pretty convincing 3-0 sweep with Drew. Great play, so it's good to watch.
Yeah, I probably won't go through though because I think I'm pretty positive that I'm going to be 17th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
don't say it like that, man. Don't say it like that. Being 17th. Swiss is so RNG. God, can we have a good format? But hey, man, even so, finishing 7-2 is still quite the accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys. With that, Swiss is officially over, and with that, we are going to begin the round of 16 matches, and also that means we have a new rotation of casters coming in too. I think Sottle and Lothar are waiting, along with Lorinda. So a big shout out to everyone who's been tuned in. When we come back, we're going to begin the round of 16 here for Dreamhack Winter.